Alrighty, it is a brand new Flyers Daily. It's Jason Myrtetus. Flyers Daily is always presented by Ticketmaster. Make more memories live. We're hanging out down the shore, a little back here on the backyard. It's hanging out by this Zen fountain. Flyers Daily presented by Ticketmaster. Make more memories live. Great place to do some thinking. We did a kind of a walk along a couple weeks ago while we were at the shore. Today, while we're sitting back here chilling out after a day at the water park or a day at the beach, we did both today. Chance to talk about a couple of things. Number one, I'm usually the last person to get caught up in the mob mentality when things go bad. I try and remove emotion and remain analytical. And I'm usually one of the last people to get caught up in the hype. Last year, it took me a very long time to get caught up in the hype. Watching game in and game out, I didn't even say the P word, playoffs, until I think February. It took me that long to come around to actually verbalizing the P word, the word playoffs, and that the Flyers were in the mix for it. So I don't get caught up in that stuff very often. It takes me a while. Now, as Bill and I spoke up for Monday's episode, we were talking about goal scoring and that, if Konechny is a 30-goal scorer again, and I don't see why Forster shouldn't be knocking on the door of 30 goals, and obviously Tippett should as well. I should have had 30 last year, frankly. And then you add some of the other pieces offensively to the equation, maybe some more offense from Noah Cates if he's on the wing, as we talked about, and some other areas, which isn't even to mention the addition of Matvei Michkov. Look, I'm not saying Matvei Michkov's going to come in and give you what Nikita Kucherov or Artemi Panarin, his fellow countrymen, give their teams. But even if he gives them a punch offensively and some punch on the power play, they're going to be a team that scores. So, like I said, I don't get caught up in, hype going into a season. My thought all off season and up until pretty much now has been, I don't know that this team can match what they did in the standings last year, this coming year. But now that I'm thinking about this over and over again, where with the way they're going to play offensively, and they're going to be a team that plays insane with their hair on fire off the rush, and Jamie Drysdale should be more suited to play that style this coming year, along with Cam York, Travis Sanheim on that blue line, and others. And then you couple that with the growth of a Tyson Forster, the continued development of Owen Tippett. We'll see about Morgan Frost. We'll see about how Matvei Michkov assimilates, but there's going to be some punch there to his game. And this team is going to score. And now I'm trying to get my head wrapped around, well, I think this team is going to be better maybe than I thought they were going to be. And I don't say that lightly. I don't get caught up in the hype of this situation. I don't get caught up in this team, the natural progression is playoff team. I don't get caught up in that. But I'm having a hard time making the case that they won't be as good as they were last year and slightly better. And slightly better is knocking on the door of a playoff spot. Not 87 points, 87 points, 88 points, 89 points, not going to be enough to get you in the playoffs next year, very likely. That was the case last year. That was a rarity. That was not the norm. But I don't know. This team's going to score. The big question is, can they keep the puck out of their net? Now, what do we know about John Tortorella teams? They defend. And if there's players on the team that are not going to commit to defending, they're not going to play. Obviously, there's a question with Couturier coming off the surgery. And that's a core surgery. And his second half last year where he obviously wasn't healthy, that's a big question mark. But I'm having a hard time as the Zen fountain there is bubbling and speaking to me, making the case that this team is not going to be better than they were last year. And if they are better than they were last year, and Michkov's a big part of it, It's got to help the power play and the development of Drysdale. And Drysdale's got to stay healthy. There's some questions there. But as I'm clear-minded sitting here in the Zen garden down the shore in August, trying to really make my evaluation on expectations, and when I get back from the shore this week, I'm going to start compiling my list of question marks in fine detail. I'm having a hard time thinking this team's not going to be as good as they were last year. All right. With all that said, let's get to our feature interview. Had a chance to catch up with this guy at Flyers development camp. He was traded for. He was a 7th-round draft pick of the Carolina Hurricanes. Here's my conversation with Flyers prospect Massimo Rizzo. It is Flyers Daily from Prospect Camp as we kind of count through the dog days of the summer. But we get a little bit of hockey, and joining us right now is Massimo Rizzo. Mass, how you doing?
Good, yeah. Happy to be here.
How's it feel to be back on the ice and getting ready to get after? Once again, I know you guys haven't been out there yet, but thinking hockey in July.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, being with all the guys here and meeting some new people and getting to hang out here has been really cool.
You just had a birthday, so happy kind of belated birthday.
Yeah.
23 years of age. You're one of the older guys here.
Yeah.
Did some of the younger guys, come to you and ask you questions about what this is like? I know you've been with the Flyers not very long, but still a little bit of a veteran of this.
Yeah, there's a couple of Vancouver guys here, so I've talked to them a little bit, but it's still early, so not too much of that. But yeah, being an older guy, just try to be a leader and here if anyone wants to talk, for sure.
How much different is it on the East Coast in July than it is in Vancouver and BC? I know you're a BC guy.
Yeah, I've heard it's raining back there right now, so it's been nice to be here with some warm weather, and yeah, it's cool that time change is a little different, but other than that, it's been nice.
You had a great college career at Denver. First of all, just going through that whole experience at such a great collegiate program, winning, all that goes with it. What was that like for you, and why did you choose that path?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better 3 years at Denver. Unbelievable program from top to bottom. So I chose that path. For me, kind of allows you to develop a little bit longer rather than going major, junior, being like a Western Canadian guy. But very grateful I did, and grateful I got the opportunity to go to Denver because, yeah, like I said, the coach and the players, everything was top notch there. Even the school is unbelievable. So. Yeah, to have the success we did was great, and that's what they preach there. I mean, you go there because you want to win and develop, and that's what happened.
You've been traded. You came to the Flyers via the Carolina Hurricanes. What is it like just being traded? It's something that I think a lot of times fans, we look at athletes and go, guys come and go, but being traded is a big thing for your life. It changes a lot. What was it like for you?
Yeah, for me, it was a good change. Super excited for the opportunity here in Philly. I've already built really good relationships with the staff and everyone here, and excited to come to a great organization and show them what I could do.
What's the next stages of your development? What do you want to work on to be on the NHL ice? Like, what do you need to hang your hat on?
Yeah. I think you could just improve everywhere. Obviously, the NHL is, faster, bigger, stronger. So those are kind of the things they preach, and just having a good off season and coming to camp ready and confident.
You've been able to score goals. Was that something that even as a young kid that you knew that you were going to be able to do it at rising levels?
I mean, I love scoring goals. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
That's kind of the key, right?
Yeah.
Like my son wanted to be a goalie until he scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he's like, screw you, Dad. I'm playing forward.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, just putting in work as I grow up to continue to do that and, practicing. But, yeah, I've been fortunate enough to play with good players and be in good spots to do that.
Did you play any other sports?
Growing up, yeah, I played some other sports.
So during the summer, it wasn't just all hockey all year round?
No, I tried to play a different sport kind of every summer, whether it was like soccer, football, volleyball, lacrosse, kind of just change it up.
Was there somebody that kind of pushed you to do that? Because a lot of kids now, they'll play all year round. And I'm a firm believer, like, put the bag away for a little bit, yeah. Play some other sports. There's transferable skills in those other sports. Because you play soccer. You see how that can benefit you playing hockey.
Yeah. I mean, my parents were encouraging of it. I enjoyed playing the other sports. I loved it. My friends did it too. So,
but you didn't take it at the same level of seriousness, right?
No, for sure. It was kind of always second to hockey.
when did you know you wanted it? It was hockey for you. Was it like Pee Wee age where you're like, okay, maybe I'm a little different than the other kids here. Maybe I could be a pro.
I think it was a bit earlier than that. Kind of when I was younger, I moved up a level and kind of started playing with the older kids, and from there, I kind of thought this is something I want to do long term.
Well, it worked out, and it's. I imagine when you're a squirt kid, you're going, I'm playing with Pee Wees. I'm playing with kids a couple of years older. I'm having success. That's pretty cool. Mass, thanks for doing this. Enjoy the camp, and best of luck coming up this summer and into the fall for camp.
Thank you.
There he is, Massimo Rizzo. Thanks to him for joining us on this episode of Flyers Daily. We'll continue to ponder. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time, Friday, on a brand new Flyers Daily.